Well, now to neighboring Uganda, and a strike called by the country's doctors now enters day 2, and our reporter Solomon Serwanja now with the details.
The clock of midnight Sunday marked the end of 1-month ultimatum given by Uganda Medical Association to government to lay down their tools if their demands are not met. The group is said to have met President Museveni about 2 weeks ago, who asked them to hold their industrial action, waiting government action. As part of their demands, the doctors want government to review their salaries, which will see an intern doctor earn 8.5 million shillings as opposed to the current 960,000 shillings before tax. They also want medical officers or teaching assistants to be paid 15 million shillings and accorded a 2-bedroomed house and 2.5cc vehicle. In a meeting held at the medical school, association members agreed to continue with their industrial action.
That enough is there? Yeah. Do I need to say more? When the rest of Uganda was celebrating independence, the doctor said, not yet Uhuru. We have not seen that socio-economic freedom that we all want to achieve as Ugandans. And we decided that by today, if the government of Uganda has not responded to what we requested for, to what we demanded, which should have happened yesterday, then enough is there. Yeah. And industrial action started this morning at midnight.
Midway the meeting, government delegation led by the Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, arrived for talks with the group.
Knowledge is no.
This exercise of looking at your terms of service is being handled by a team, and this team is supposed to be making a report to Cabinet by the end of this very month. It is better tell it to you as it is, instead of parading falsehoods.
Yes.
Where we started from, and where we are now. My experience shows that my colleagues here are not very serious people.
The Finance Minister, David Bahati, and Health Minister, Sarah Opendi, all tried to convince the striking medical workers, but all in vain.
When you look at the health situation, the health status in our country 20 years ago, we are not yet there, but at least we are better off than we were 20 years ago. We've been able to renovate the referral hospitals. We've been able to put up a health center at every sub-county, and we are now coming to address the issue of equipment. We're addressing the issue of salaries for teachers, improving their working conditions, and all this is going to be done by allowing the process to move on by end of November.
You've heard the appeal from the Prime Minister. The appeal from us was for them to call off the industrial action, which they have said no. So we are going to sit back and see what is going to happen. And of course, these are doctors, but we have other health professionals, other health workers who we have not heard their voices into this.
The poor health services in the hospital might remain on for some time pending the strike. This can only end if the two parties get back to a drawing table and agree. For now, the strike is still on.